See, next chapter, inserting transaction points. See, root UFT test process, UFT test process. Under UFT test process, third phase, enhancing tests, enhancing tests. See, we have 12 to 13 methods for enhancing. Some methods belongs to UFT, some methods belongs to VBScript. You try to increase the usage of VBScript features. Reasons also we discussed. Okay. Here no sequence, no dependencies, all are independent methods. Every method is unique. For example, inserting checkpoints purpose is different, output values purpose different, synchronization purpose different. Okay, first I am starting small topic, inserting transaction points. Inserting transaction points. It is UFT tool feature. Start and end transaction points. Start, end. Say, UFT basically functional and regression test tool, but it supports little bit performance testing, not like load runner, 1000 users, 10,000 users, only for single user. See, this inserting transaction points feature for performance testing, we can measure test transaction time. See, using inserting transaction points, we can measure test transaction time. How much time the test is taking for execution. Say, suppose login operation is there. After entering valid username and password, login is successful or not. That is functional test. How much time that login is taking for execution? Performance test. Say, and one more thing, we can measure entire test transaction time, entire test transaction time, and part of the test transaction time. Part of the text transaction time. And one more thing, we can insert multiple transaction points in a test, not only single transaction point. Suppose for entire test one transaction point, for one part another transaction point, like that. See, we can insert multiple transaction points in a test. How to insert? See, here I am going to introduce one more utility object called services. Earlier we used system util, repositories collection. Today services. See, services utility object. Syntax: services dot start transaction. Next, transaction name, any meaningful name. Transaction name. Next, statements. Or steps. Next, services dot end transaction name, same name. If you use another name, it will show error. Next, example. Before discussing example, one general topic: functional test result analysis versus performance test result analysis. See, functional test result analysis versus performance test result analysis. Which one is difficult? Functional test result analysis or performance test result analysis?
Performance test results analysis.
Why?
Because QTP.
See, forget about QTP, general topic. In manual test, suppose manual testing, performance testing, impractical. See, general topic, forget about QTP, RFT, Selenium, whatever it might be. Functional test result analysis versus performance test result analysis. Which one is difficult? You told performance test result analysis. Answer is correct. Why? Reason?
Because manually it's hard to do the performance test
That
result
is different
analysis.
concept, entire different. Okay, see, performance test result analysis difficult. Why? See, if it is functional test result, functional testing, most of the time functional test result constant, fixed. Functional test result depends on application under test only. No other considerable factors. Suppose 5 plus 3, 8. If you execute that test 10 times, every time it has to provide 8 only. Result fixed. Most of the time functional test result fixed. But performance test result is not fixed. See, it depends on several factors. Maybe application problem, or local system configuration problem, or server response problem, or network communicators problem. See, after analyzing all these things only, we can finalize performance test result. See, generally functional testing, one time execution enough, but performance testing time we execute several times, same test several times. After executing 3 or 4 times, we take average. Got the point? Say, suppose perform functional test input three comma 5, operation addition. Next, expected 8. Next, actual. If actual also 8, then pass, otherwise fail. Here no other considerable factors, only application under test. But performance testing not like that. Observe. Suppose performance test scenario, login for 1000 concurrent users. Login for 1000 concurrent users. Here expected 4 seconds or 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Suppose actual first time execution, it shows 4.72, second time 6.1, third time 8, fourth time 3.79, like every time different result. Performance test result dynamic. After executing 3 or 4 times, we have to take average. It won't show 5 seconds exactly. Sometimes 4.7, sometimes 3.9, sometimes 5.44, like that. See, here considerable factor. See, in functional testing, considerable factor, AUT, application under test, AUT only. But here AUT, next server response, next local system configuration, next network communicators, etc. Getting the concept? Why performance testing is difficult? Why difficult?
Yes.
See, in case of performance testing, we have to consider several factors. Application under test, local system configuration, server response, network communicators, etc. But in case of functional testing, application under test only. Okay. See, for test design, functional testing, some difficult. See here, different types of methods. You can use recording or keyword driven methodology or descriptive programming. But in case of performance testing, recording only, no descriptive programming, no other things. See, enhancing tests also very simple in performance testing. See, in case of test design, performance test design is easy than functional test design. But in case of result analysis, performance testing is difficult. Performance test result analysis difficult. Okay. Now go to example. See, I'm taking new test. Record the navigation. Click OK. Activate the flight reservation window. Next, open an order. Suppose first order. Next, fax this order. send. Just a minute. Close the application. Stop recording. See, in this test, first login, next open order, last operation, fax order. Run it once, perform dry run. See, before enhancement, before enhancing the test, first perform dry run. Dry run means sample run, whether the test is executing without errors or not. See, run. See, executing, over. Next, insert. I want to measure this entire test transaction time. Tell me the syntax for inserting transaction points. Syntax.
Service dot start transaction.
Services dot, see, it provides context help, start transaction. Services dot start transaction within double quotes transaction name. Suppose transaction name orders, example. Next, at end, services
end transaction.
End transaction. Use same name, orders. Run the script. See, executing. Open the result window, view menu, last run results. Actually, UFT default setting is after test run, it shows test result automatically, but I blocked that result window. Whenever we want to open the result, you can use view menu, last run results. See. Select end transaction, observe. Transaction order ended with past status, total duration 12.7929 seconds. See, 12.7929. What is the result status?
Done.
Done. Okay.
Done.
Okay. 12.79 seconds. Run the script once again. See, second time execution, second iteration, launch result window. Next, end transaction. This time 12.0792 seconds. See, this time not same na. In first iteration 12 point something, in second iteration 13 point something. Depends on several factors. After executing 3 or 4 times, we have to take a average. Okay. Next, earlier we typed this command. Otherwise, you can insert transaction points using tool navigation. How? See, first place cursor in desired location. Go to design menu, start to transaction, enter transaction name, orders, Okay. Next at the end, place cursor, design menu, end transaction, same name. Okay. Same. Tell me the navigation, how to insert. Suppose I want to insert one more transaction point for login operation only. This orders transaction point for entire test. I want to insert one more transaction point for login operation. See, this is start position, end position,
Design.
end position. Tell me the end position for login operation.
Click over there. Click.
Win button, okay, click. No. Next statement. Window flight reservation dot activate. After OK click, it takes some time for launching na. After getting next window only you can confirm login na.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to insert one more transaction point for this login functionality. Tell me the navigation.
Design.
Design menu.
Start transaction.
Start transaction. Enter transaction name. Suppose, just a minute. Login.
Okay.
Next, place cursor in desired location after window flight reservation dot activate. Design menu. End transaction. Same name. Okay. See, in this test, we inserted two transaction points. Orders for entire test, login for only login operation. Run the test. Over. Launch result window. Expand all. First entire test. 13.1641 seconds. Next login. 2.9024 seconds. See, this is about inserting transaction points. It is tool feature. See, here two drawbacks are there for this tool feature. Already we discussed. Tool features have limitations. Ready-made environments have limitations, but programming logic, scripting logic doesn't have any limitations. Here two limitations. Say, it measures test transaction time. It passes that value means value time in seconds. It passes that value to result window only. If you want to display the value locally, it shows error. Suppose I want to take this transaction time into variable for displaying. See, error. We can't display the value locally. We can't store the value into variable. It passes the value, means time in seconds, to result window only. Suppose if you want to export that value to external files, we can't export. Limitations, observe. Say, transaction points. Transaction points export the value to UFT result window only. Result window only. we can't display the value. We can't display the value locally, means using MSG box function, and it can't be exported to external files. If you can take that value into variable, then you can display the value locally and export the value to external files. But we can't take that value to variable. Okay, it is tool feature, limitations. Tell me limitations of transaction points. Limitations of transaction points.
We cannot take the value and display it.
We
It only
cannot
displays
take the
the
value
variable.
to variable and display, and we can't export the value to external files. Suppose if you want to export that value to Excel files or text files, we can't export. Okay. The alternate is there for this measuring test transactions. Timer function. See, using timer function. See, it is built-in function of VBScript. See, it is VBScript built-in function. Using timer function, we can measure test transaction time. Okay, anyhow, built-in functions we will discuss in built-in functions chapter. Here, time this one situation demanding. That's why I'm going to explain this timer function. What is this timer function? Say it returns time in seconds that have elapsed since 12 a.m. midnight. See, based on local system time. Based on local system means where we are executing our tests. Based on local system date and time. Okay. Usage. Say, suppose now time is 1 o'clock midnight. One means after 12 o'clock. How many seconds? 1 hour. 60 into 60. 3600 seconds. Suppose now time is, just assume now time is 1 o'clock midnight, means 3600 seconds after 12. Now we are starting the execution. See, variable 1 equal to timer. Next, statements. Next, variable 2 equal to timer. Suppose at this point of time 1 o'clock means it returns 3600 seconds. After this last statement 3618 seconds. Then what is the transaction time? What is the transaction time?
It's 18 seconds.
18 seconds. See, variable 3 not mandatory, optional. Suppose variable 3 equal to variable 2 minus variable 1. See, this is transaction time. See, 3618 minus 3600. See, example. First, remove transaction points. Now, no transaction points. No transaction points. Just a minute. Run the script. Executing. Launch result window. Expand all. See, no transaction points. Now insert transaction points using timer function. Variable 1. You can use any variable name, X, Y, Z, A, B, C, anything, but try to use meaningful names. Suppose start underscore transaction. Not only start transaction, you can use the XYZ also. Equal to timer. Next, end underscore transaction equal to timer. Next, MSG box, end transaction minus start transaction. End transaction minus start transaction. Run the script. See, 12.64063 seconds. Launch result window. Here no result value. No time. Why? We are using our own logic. Timer is not tool feature. That's why no value in UFT result window. Here we have to define test result. See, one more concept. Define test result. Define test result. See, first, when user need to define test result, then how to define test result. See, here I will explain two scenarios. Scenario scenario 1. UFT provides test result for every test iteration. Test iteration means cycle of execution. Suppose one test is there. If you execute the test for 10 times, UFT provides 10 test results. Suppose one test is there, you executed only once, one test result. Say, UFT provides test result for every test iteration if we use UFT tool features like checkpoints, output values, transaction points, etc. Say, UFT provides test result for every test iteration, if we use UFT tool features, like checkpoints, output values, transaction points, etc. Next, another scenario, scenario 2. If we use our own logic, suppose I used if x greater than y, then do something, else do something, and if. UFT doesn't know about user logic. User need to define. See, if we use our own logic, then we need to define test result. Our own logic means VBScript features. Got the point? When user need to define test result? When user need to define test result?
Two scenarios.
Forget about first scenario. When user need to define test result? Concentrate. Say, I explained two scenarios, but my question related to second scenario only. Observe. When user need to define test result, whenever user uses own logic means VBScript features, then user need to define test result. When UFT provides test result, when user uses UFT tool features like checkpoints, in output values, transaction points, etc., then UFT can provide test result. Any confusion?
No, I got it.
See here, two questions, two scenarios, two questions. First question, when UFT provides test result. UFT won't provide test result for all scenarios. When UFT provides test result, if we use UFT tool features like checkpoints, transaction points, output values, etc., then UFT provides test result. We no need to define. When user need to define test result, whenever user uses own logic means VBScript features, user need to define test result. Why? UFT doesn't know about user's logic. Okay. See, I think you are familiar with when user need to define test result. Next, how to define. How to define test result. Say, here I am going to introduce one more utility object called reporter. See, using a reporter utility, object, we can define test result. Say I will show the example, concentrate. See, third variable not mandatory. Otherwise you can take one more variable. Suppose transaction time. Transaction time equal to end minus start. Third variable optional. Next, define test result. I will explain this syntax. First, execute. A reporter dot report event to comma result step name, any meaningful name. Suppose res1 comma details, transaction time is concatenate transaction time. Suppose if you don't use third variable, you can write this one here, no issues. End transaction minus start transaction. Otherwise, just user friendliness purpose I used third variable. Otherwise, you can directly write end minus start. Run the script. Executing. See 13.67969 seconds displaying. Next, we are displaying the value locally. Next, launch result window. See res1. Result exported to result window na. Here observe. res1 transaction time is 13.67969. Result status done. Here pass or fail is not the criteria. If it is 13 seconds or 17 seconds or 20 seconds, done. See. Anyhow, we are taking this value to variable. Variables can be exported. In file system operations chapter, I will show how to export. See, anyhow, we are taking that value to variable. Variable values can be exported to external files. See, using this timer function, we can display the value locally. We can pass the value to result window and we can export the value to external files. If it is transaction points UFT tool feature, it passes the value to result window only. Okay. Here I am going to explain this reporter statement. Observe. A reporter. What is this reporter? Utility object. Utility object. What is this report event? Method on that object. Method or operation. Method or operation. Next, what is this to? This to is a result status. Already we discussed we have 4 types of result status in UFT: pass, fail, done, warning. Here you can use either mic pass, see, either mic pass, Microsoft integer conversion pass. Observe. Just a minute. See, instead of 2 you can use mic done. Instead of 0 you can use mic pass or mic done. Mic done. See, you can use either mic pass or 0 for pass status. Next, either mic fail, see it is a reserved word, Microsoft integer conversion, mic, either mic fail or 1 for fail status. Next, either either mic fail, mic done, either mic done or 2 for done status. Next, either mic warning or 3 for warning status. Warning status. Next, what is this res1? This is result step name. You can use any meaningful name. Suppose in our test 4 verification points, 4 results. For every verification point 1 result, 4 results. That time using result step names you can identify. See, it is a result step name. A result step name. Next, what is this transaction time is? Details. Any meaningful details you can write. Details. Next, what is this ampersand sign? Concatenation operator. It concatenates message with variable value or 2 messages or 2 variable values, etc. See, concatenation operator. Concatenation operator. What is this transaction time? Is variable. Variable. Say, here you can use either mic done or 2. Now tell me, what is this reporter? Try to identify the keywords. What is this reporter?
Utility object.
What is this report event? Method or operation. Method or operation on that object. What is this 2?
Result.
Result status. You can use either mic done or 2 for done status. Next, what is this res1?
Mama, the choice.
Name of the result.
Choice.
Result step name. What is this transaction time is? Details.
This is just the name given to the statement.
Transaction time is details. Next,
Details.
what is this ampersand symbol? Concatenation operator. What is this transaction time? Variable. Variable. See. See next. Transaction points, small topic we covered. Here topic is measuring test transaction time. Here two ways. What are the two ways? First way, using transaction points. Using transaction points, start and end. This is UFT tool feature. Next, otherwise you can use timer function using timer. It is VBScript built-in function. VBScript built-in function. See. Next chapter, important chapter, parameterization. You take 10 minutes break. After the break we will continue. After the break, just a minute.